welcome back to a North Texas Weather Center forecast, and today what we're going over is that severe weather potential across the central and southern plains tomorrow, as we have an enhanced risk for severe weather across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas, and a slight risk for a lot of other states. We're going to give you the latest timing as well as the threats on what to expect for tomorrow. Here's the latest as of right now. We have an enhanced risk of severe weather, again, as I mentioned, in the southern portions of Nebraska and northern Kansas. That orange shaded region here going to represent that potential, again, for the greatest severe weather potential for tomorrow evening. You can see there's a slight risk outside of that does actually include far western Missouri as well as almost all of Kansas. The northern panhandle of Texas and as well as the panhandle of Oklahoma are included, and eastern Colorado is also included in that potential, as well as a marginal threat, which actually does extend into the Red River region. So far southern Oklahoma and far northern North Texas is included in that threat as well. Again, the main threats tomorrow are likely to be damaging winds, large to very large hail, and potentially a tornado threat. Here's a look at that tornado probability for tomorrow, so you can see our greatest potential for a tornado will exist in this brown shaded region. Again, that's going to be northern Kansas and southern Nebraska, as well as a low end chance for those in the panhandle of Texas, so far just basically north of Amarillo. Also eastern Colorado, almost all of Kansas also has a possibility for that. Again, it's a very low threat, but it's definitely a possibility, so keep this in mind. And again, far western and northwestern Missouri is also included in that. Here's your large hail potential for tomorrow. Again, the very large hailstone potential exists the greatest in that red shaded region. So those, and again, basically the same area of southern Nebraska and northern Kansas has that greatest potential, but there is a good potential for very large hail in those in eastern Colorado, as well as western Kansas. So that's our threat level there in terms of the large hail. Let's take a look at the future radar. So about 5-6 o'clock tomorrow evening, we'll start to see some discrete cells start to pop up due to the strong vertical shear. That should help to keep a lot of these cells discrete initially. You can see one storm here, another one forming out back near Colby. That's kind of the projection at this point. By 7-8 o'clock, you can start to see more discrete cells forming back out to the west. Now, again, if something like this does occur, again, the main threats can be very large hail and a tornado threat early on in a storm like this. By 8 to 9 o'clock, those storms become a bit more clustered. That will start to lower the tornado threat overall, but it's not zero, but it will definitely be lowered to some extent. The threats when this sort of thing will happen will still be large hail and then some damaging winds. Eventually, by about 10 to 11 o'clock, we'll start to see a cluster of storms again, probably in northern or central Oklahoma, or excuse me, northern or central Kansas, as well as another cluster down here closer to areas like Oklahoma, and as well as the northern panhandle of Texas. So that'll be an area to watch potentially by midnight to 1 in the morning. Those storms move up to the east and as well as down to the south. Taking a look at the Oklahoma radar, by about 12 to 1 o'clock, a line of storms is forecasted to move through northern and western Oklahoma. By about 2 to 3 in the morning, that line will continue to push down to the south and east. We'll start to see maybe a few more storms developing just to the north of Elk City by 4 to 5 in the morning. Basically got a whole cluster of storms, basically a line at this point moving down to the south. During the morning hours of Wednesday, this may reach northern North Texas. It's a possibility, but as of right now, the overall severe weather potential is low, but it's definitely a possibility that maybe some gusty winds or even maybe up to damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour may be possible if that is able to reach North Texas. We'll have another chance for severe weather on Wednesday as well. We'll keep you updated with the latest on that. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, All Dense Repair, and Patriot Safe Rooms.